Welcome to the Louvre, arguably the world's most famous art museum and one of my absolute favourites. This was my third visit in 2 years and I could go again tomorrow. Whether it's the Mona Lisa, Venus de Milo or iconic French paintings, the Louvre is deservedly famed for its collection, but today I want to focus on what's really kept me coming back. The building itself. The Louvre started life in the 12th century as a fortress with a radically different appearance. As Paris grew, it evolved into a royal residence, by the 16th century becoming the royal residence. The fortress was demolished and rebuilt as a Renaissance palace, though its medieval foundations are still visible in the museum's basement. The following centuries saw numerous additions, remodelings, and renovations. After Louis XIV moved the royal residence to Versailles in 1682, the Louvre became an artistic hub and the primary venue displaying the royal collection. Following the French Revolution, it became a national museum in 1791. Since then, between Napoleon III, the Paris Commune, and the addition of the Pyramid, the Louvre has continued to evolve and I'm only scratching the very surface. Nowadays, the Louvre houses paintings, sculptures, decorative arts, and archaeological artifacts. From this concourse under the Pyramid, you'll find that the museum is divided into 3 connected wings. This might not help you much initially as the Louvre is vast. With over 72,000 square meters or 780,000 square feet of exhibition space, the Louvre seems to go on forever. That said, its most famous pieces are easy to locate and it's no surprise that these areas are some of the museum's grandest and most opulent. But grandeur and opulence are to be found wherever you go in the Louvre. As the philosopher Olivier Rodrigo said of Versailles, no wonder the French had this revolution. The Napoleon III apartments in particular give you a sense of the lifestyle of France's elite. That said, the Louvre isn't just a fancy house. Its many areas featuring sculptures and archaeological artifacts are equally grand but more stripped back, focusing on structural stonework, a breath of fresh air if you're getting overstimulated. These areas also feature a lot of natural light, something not to be found in the medieval basement, but I'm very fond of the basement as it adds another dimension to the Louvre, as do its many modern features. We've all seen the Pyramid, but how about this Anselm Kiefer mural installed in 2007, or these ceilings by Georges Braque and Cy Twombly? Much of the Louvre features a marriage of classical and modern, and perhaps my favourite examples are the Cour Puget and Cour Marly. These courtyards were covered with glass in the 1990s and feature sculptures from the 17th to 19th centuries, and gosh aren't they nice! With the Louvre being so big, so varied, and so historical, every visit carries a sense of discovery, a room you've never seen, a detail you've never noticed, a detail you feel like the first person to have noticed, all while provoking questions of the relationship between beauty, power, and conquest, a lot like Paris itself. However, for a museum that so invites revisiting, it's expensive. While admission is free for EEA citizens 25 and under and minors of all nationalities, general admission is €22 for EEA citizens and €32 for non-EEA. Membership isn't exactly great value either. There's all this talk of needing to raise funds, but their track record doesn't inspire confidence, and that's just the tip of the iceberg regarding the Louvre and controversy. Still, the Louvre is undeniably worth a visit, but does it have a good gift shop? Yeah, it's as good as you'd expect it to be. A dedicated bookshop, a funny hoodie, and a lot of postcards. But since I've already bought so many of them, I just bought this book for my Spanish friend. Bye bye!